violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, cyberspace? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Right now, police in Suwanee continue their search for the person accused of taking the life of a 16-year-old boy. These are pictures of Abel Castellanos. Hundreds attended his funeral yesterday. Police say someone shot and killed him outside the residence's apartment complex.
Wow. So they got him. They got this young burrito teen, Abel Castellanos. It's very unfortunate, you know, but a lot of people are getting caught lacking. A lot of people are getting caught lacking in Atlanta. And yes, I consider the Suwanee area Atlanta, okay? Metro Atlanta area. You have to be careful of who you're dealing with. Doing business, especially black market business, with these super gremlins on demon time is always going to get you a L at the end.
Off McGinnis Ferry Road last Tuesday. His pastor tells 11 Alive his family is from Venezuela and they came to Georgia years ago to escape the violence.
Coming here with the hope of a better life and to see one of your kids die in such a stupid way has affected us all. He was just 16. He had his whole life ahead. He had dreams.
Abel's pastor tells us he was a quiet kid but always wore a smile and helped around the church. His community and police are now looking for any information on a suspect. If you know anything, please call Suwanee Police.
Atlanta police are trying to figure out the motive behind a double shooting that left a man dead at a Buckhead apartment complex. It happened overnight at the Prominence Apartments at the corner of Piedmont and Lenox Roads. And Channel 2's Kristen Holloway is live there. Kristen, you spoke with people who live there as well as police.
Fred, that is right. Atlanta police told me this double shooting started as a robbery. Now one man is dead and two people are in custody. Police believe all three involved, they lived here at the Prominence Apartments in Buckhead. Take a look at this video of a crime scene overnight. Atlanta police investigated nearly 5 hours after a double shooting here at the Prominence Apartments off Lenox Road in Buckhead.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Makes me feel a little unsafe.
Police told us the shooting happened inside the building just before 2 Friday morning. Investigators say a man was killed inside his apartment. Another man was shot in the leg. That man and a woman were taken into custody.
We did a prelim and a canvass of the area. We saw two individuals at the bottom back of the parking deck. One male had a gunshot wound to his body. They were detained. Officers went up to that apartment and found our victim deceased on scene.
Investigators told us the motive behind the violence, and they also found a gun at the scene.
The preliminary investigation shows that this is going to be a robbery with our nexus to narcotics.
Like I said, black market business with super gremlins. I mean, any type of business that doesn't go through a formal, even dare I say, corporate chain of command, you probably don't want to do that. You don't want to embark on that journey, because if there is no type of barrier that is going to hold them accountable in this transaction, they're going to screw you over point blank. I've said this time and time again, the community does bad business. They do bad business, straight up. These super gremlins are on demon time.
Involvement?
We spoke with Chase Guccinich, a resident in the building. He says the incident seems pointless and could have been avoided.
So this is like, I thought, a pretty nice apartment. I thought it would filter out some of the sketchy behavior, but I guess not.
Oh, really? And what type of behavior is that? Who is exemplifying this so-called sketchy behavior?
Back here live again, police believe this was a robbery that involved drugs. Of course, we're going to be working to get the latest information starting today at 4. We're live in Buckhead. Kristen Holloway, Channel 2 Action News.
Kristen, thank you very much. And he was right. Nobody expects that.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place.
And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
Suwanee police are still looking for a teen they say was involved in a murder. It happened July 19th at the McGinnis apartment complex in Suwanee, and police found 16-year-old Abel Castellanos dead. 16-year-old Miguel Gabriel Flores and 17-year-old Jermaine Dondi Rimson are under arrest. Police are still looking for Joshua Ryan Poteet. All three teens face murder.
Right now, just hours ago, hundreds attending the funeral for 16-year-old Abel Castellanos. He was shot and killed 1 week ago outside an apartment complex in Suwanee, and police are still searching for his killer right now. 11 Alive's Paolo Cerro spoke with the family's pastor tonight. And Paolo, was he able to tell you anything about Abel?
Oh, we talked about him for about 30 minutes tonight. Abel and his family, they were Venezuelan refugees. You know, I lived there for 2 years. I saw many people leave that country for better opportunities. His family left for a better life, to escape violence there, not.
And what is happening in Venezuela is going to end up being the fate of the U.S. if we don't get, if we don't have a complete 180. We'll have complete lawlessness. Obviously, inflation is going through the roof, as you guys can see in every aspect. Everything went up. Everything went up. And that is what occurred in Venezuela, so much so that they were rationing out food in their country. And I don't want to see this country get to that point, but the way that we're electing our leaders, and I mean, it's just so careless. The people that are in charge and getting positions of power are, they're just completely incompetent or complicit in the destruction of this country.
Thinking it would be here in Georgia where the teenager would lose his life to gun violence.
Siempre decía.
In 16 years,
Dios le bendiga.
An impact was made on hundreds, many who showed up to Abel Castellanos' funeral Monday afternoon. Leading the service was family pastor Rafael Viana, who helped Abel's family when they arrived from Venezuela searching for a better life. He was also the one to deliver the heartbreaking news.
Abel's friend was on the phone with him when he heard the shot fired. Because of the connections through our church and the community, the news came to me first. I'm the one who had to tell his mother. I like to deliver good news. It's been hard.
Viana says the teen left his home around 5 p.m. Tuesday and never came back. His body was found near the leasing office of the residence's apartment complex off McGinnis Ferry Road. The question since then has been and continues to be, who did this?
I believe in divine justice, and I'm sure God will bring us peace. But I also hope justice will be made and that they find the suspects and that they pay for what they did.
Viana says Abel was quiet, but always wore a smile and helped around in church. He was sporty and ambitious, working jobs to help his single mother get by and to buy himself a car.
Coming here with the hope of a better life and to see one of your kids die in such a stupid way has affected us all. He was just 16. He had his whole life ahead. He had dreams.
He had dreams and he was turning 17 next month. Viana tells me Abel's father said in the funeral tonight that he forgives whoever did this. But Viana is pleading that people put down their guns so that no other parent has to have a funeral for their own child. County police have now arrested the 3 teenagers tied to last month's shooting of 16-year-old Abel Castellanos. Today would have been his 17th birthday. His mother spoke exclusively with me when she found out about that first arrest.
He was my first child, my first love. I love all my children equally, but he's the one who taught me how to be a mother. I feel like a big chunk of my heart left with him.
And this is what these super gremlins are doing to these families and these mothers, leaving them to watch their children die and having to bury them. It's a horrible thing. It's a horrible thing. And I mean, I've been telling you guys that these super gremlins are really demonic, man. That's why I continue to say these super gremlins are on demon time.
What would have been Abel Castellanos' 17th birthday, Maria Alejandra Camacho found out the 3 suspects who allegedly shot her son are now behind bars.
I'm a single mom and I haven't been able to go back to work. I'm trying to wake up every single day for my other kids.
Suwanee police say they've now arrested 17-year-old Jermaine Dondi Rimson, 17-year-old Joshua Ryan Petit, and 16-year-old Miguel Gabriel Flores.
So Miguel Gabriel Flores, I mean, sounds like Miguel committed treason. He got down with these 2 super gremlins and betrayed his own people. Okay? These are the influences of the super gremlin. How they can make you just turn on your own kind. Because why can they do that? Because they turn on their own kind all the time. Okay, they've probably murked black men before they murked Miguel. So it's a horrible, horrible thing. I hope all of them fry. I hope all of them never see the light of day again. Because there's got to be some type of restitution for all these people getting slaughtered in the streets over nothing.
All are facing felony murder, armed robbery, and aggravated assault charges. Camacho says her son didn't know any of them.
Through all of this, I do feel some sense of peace that justice could be made so that this doesn't happen again. If they're still on the run, they could do it again.
Castellanos was just 16 years old when police say he was shot in the chest outside of this complex where he lived with his family. They have moved to another home since.
It was really difficult being at our old apartment and always driving by where it happened.
The family moved from Venezuela to the United States 6 years ago in search for a better life. A life she says they weren't able to find in Georgia.
We left because of the violent situation there. We were robbed many times. One comes to this country to run away from all of that and look.
And they came to this country to seek refuge from their communist, tyrannical government. They come to the United States, and the super gremlins give them hell.
What happened to us?
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.